I'm out in the backyard. I'm sitting out in the bistro set, just taking a moment to take everything in that I need to do out here. A lot. It's a lot. Good morning. Welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space out in my backyard. So today I'm out in the backyard. I'm sitting out in the bistro set, just taking a moment to take everything in that I need to do out here. A lot. It's a lot. And what I realized is that the chaos of it all has really taken me out. The eaten up plants has taken me out. The bags that are not where they're supposed to be has taken me out. The trellises with the dead plants has taken me out and overwhelmed me to the point that I was just like, not today, I'll do it tomorrow. Not today, I'll do it tomorrow. And if you've been here for a while, you know that my garden doesn't get like this often. It's the chaos of where my life was and me getting sick and me going on vacation. That is how my garden ended up the way that it did. Somebody left a comment and they said, I have never seen your garden with that much pest issues. I know. I know you haven't, because I'm normally out here and I'm picking it and I'm killing the worms and like I'm on it every day. And I just haven't been. So we have a lot of stuff we need to do today, right? We absolutely have to fertilize. So fertilizing your plants while they are struggling and under pest pressure can help them to kind of get stronger. And I used to fertilize, or I normally would fertilize every week with fish emulsion. Of course, this year I'm using comfrey tea, but I haven't done anything this year so far, right? So we absolutely need to do that. I'm looking at a huge caterpillar right now. Like I'm looking at a huge caterpillar from over here. I can see it. It's on the bok choy. So we definitely need to fertilize. So in order to get the bags where they need to be, I have to get the wood chips down because I don't want to keep moving the bags. So we have to get the wood chips down today. Anything that is dying, not my fall vegetables. My fall vegetables, I'm really just going to start fertilizing every week and hoping that they come back and making sure I come out here and pick the pests and the worms. So we're not going to pull that, but anything else that's dying, like this trellis that every time I walk under I got a duck because I'm like, I don't want that to get in my hair or whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that because that did not fare well when I went on vacation, and we had a lot of rain too, so that could have something to do with it. The flower bed, I have to get that cleared up, and the Snapdragons are doing pretty well. So we're gonna probably just go ahead and get those in the ground. Today is Saturday. I'm gonna focus today and Sunday on getting all of this stuff done. Because I want to come out here and not feel a feeling of, oh my God, there's so much for you to do in so little time. So that's what we're going to focus on this weekend, and I'm gonna take you with me. I think there will be a lot of music in this while I try to actually get the garden under control. So I'm gonna sit in this bistro set for a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna get my garden back in order. So I realized instead of moving the bags like out of the way, I can just put them up on the blocks so I can get the wheelbarrow through, and then I don't feel like I'm gonna have to move them from a long spot again. So trying to do it the easiest way, but also trying to get it done. And that wheelbarrow has been sitting with wood chips in it, so it also has water, because the whole time it rained, I dumped out as much water as I could, but the whole time that it rained into that wheelbarrow. And I can't get that wheelbarrow down the aisle in front of the, because of the T-post that I had the tomatoes on. So I'm just gonna have to fork it out, which is fine. So I'm struggling a bit to get the wood chips down here because of all of the stuff that's in this bed. We're about to pull out this flower bed, at least the stuff in the front, so that I can get the wood chips down. Two birds with one stone, kinda. Still got a lot to do over there, but if I get the wood chips down, it would be a lot less work for me when I do get over there. It's looking better already, y'all. And now I can get the peppers out of the spot that they're not supposed to be in, at least some of them, right here, because I already put the wood chips down. making progress already, y'all. I'm happy. I'm happy because I'm making progress already. I'm telling you, I was like, there is so much work to be done. Also, I figured out just put the wheelbarrow on its side and scoop the wood chips out. That worked out really well. I had to go get another cart of wood chips and keep moving on this. Good morning, y'all. So it's Sunday now. Yesterday, I spent the entire day getting the wood chips. If there was a pile over on the other side of my garden, well, on the other side of my yard, I took yesterday to get all those piles moved and put in their respective places. I'm very excited to show you this. I did not record a lot of it yesterday because I was like, nobody wants to see me moving a whole bunch of wood chips, y'all. But so my whole plan was to cover both sides, the garden and the other side of my yard, with wood chips because I wanted to clear the weeds. I did not have grass. I had a bunch of weeds. If I am lucky, this will break down over the next 2 years, and then I can maybe try to plant grass on this side because I want this side to be like a sitting area where, you know, we can relax, maybe a fire pit, that kind of thing. So let me show you that all the piles are gone. I am so excited. So there isn't a pile to be seen on this side of the garden, right? So if you remember, this is where I had that walkway, and it was a, you know, much deeper here than it was in the yard. So we filled that with wood chips. Right here going into the greenhouse, went ahead and put wood chips because we got a lot of weeds right in, like walking into the greenhouse. Wasn't a big problem over here because we have the carpet down. I had an extra bag of raised bed soil, so I went ahead and threw that into this raised bed. We're gonna smooth this out, and we're gonna use this for the fall. I have a lot to get done, y'all. This herb bed, these herbs are still trying to grow. There's plantain back there. This is lemon basil, so I'm gonna pull that out, of course. And then there's some stinging nettle in there too. So we gotta get in here and straighten up too. But the wood chips are taken care of now. So who would believe that I think I need more wood chips? Everything is covered that I want covered, right? But the backyard is not fully covered, and I did want it fully covered. And I kind of want a thicker layer in the garden. Although it's pretty thick, they break down really quickly. So I wanted a thicker layer, but we got what we got. So let me show you like all the paths, even over by the fence is covered now. And my garden is more organized. I feel like it's back to my garden. I'm very excited. So we have wood chips here. We have wood chips going down the middle. Everything is wood chipped. And I'm super, super duper excited. Even the chicken area is now wood chipped, and their feet are so clean. I'm so excited. And I did go ahead and clean out the chicken and the quail area too yesterday. I was really on a roll. So today we're going to actually start clearing up the garden. We're gonna get all of the worms off of these plants. I'm going to go one by one getting the worms off of the plants. Once we do that, then we're gonna fertilize. But first, we're gonna hit that flower bed because it's the last bed that really needs to be cleaned out, right? So we're gonna hit the flower bed, and I know it probably makes more sense for me to focus on the worms because every minute that I leave those worms on the plants, they're eating them. But for me, it's about the cleanliness right now, about the organization. That's what's gonna make me come out here. And if it's not, then that's what's gonna make me go, ooh, I have so much to do, right? So if I can get those areas cleaned up, then I will, you know, come out here because I won't be looking at everything I need to do. And I know that sounds crazy. I should absolutely be focusing on the worms, but I'm focusing on the long term, focusing on the long term of what do I need to do to make me want to come out here again and not only think about the work that needs to be done. So the flower bed is what that is. So let me get my home and garden trend stool because it's a little moist out here. My home and garden trend stool, it can be used as a stool, it can be used as a kneeler, and you know, listen, my body is also a little bit achy from yesterday. So we need all the help we can get so that my body does not become achy today. And it has handrails, so it helps me get back up and down easily, so I'm not using all of my body weight to do that. In case you're wondering, there's a link down in the description always for this stool because I absolutely love it. Okay, I forgot my gloves and I forgot some snips. That sedum, we're just gonna snip it down. We're not gonna pull it out. It ended up falling over when a part of my porch fell off. So we're just gonna snip that because it'll come back. Let's see here, gloves and snips, because that'll come back. A lot of the other stuff we're gonna pull. I was gonna put the foxgloves in the front yard in the flower bed up there, but I'm gonna put trees up there, so we're just getting rid of the foxgloves completely. Okay, so we are down here. We are working. I can't tell y'all how excited I am. So the sedum is a plant that a co-worker gave me. And originally, I didn't even like this plant. I was like, this is so, it's not cute, but I love it. Now, I think it's really pretty. So we're just cutting right at the base and then it'll grow back. But for now, we gotta get this garden bed straight. And that's what we're gonna do. All right, so sedum out of here. And I'm putting everything over into the compost pile that we know I did not take care of either. But we gonna figure that out too. That is last on the list, if I'm honest. Got a lot of this creeping grass in here. The flower bed is always a labor of love. It's a little snail in here, or at least the shell. It's probably having a good time in here too. It's like, what is happening? Oh, we got a foxglove that I missed yesterday too. See, it comes out really easy. I'm sure I could plant it somewhere else. I'm not going to though. Just gonna save myself that hassle. It's not that bad in here. It looked worse than it is, honestly. If I had gotten out of here and actually looked, I would know that. Except, I was just watching from the porch like, oh my God. Oh Lord, that's funny. Anyway. And I think I'm gonna have to go somewhere and get some soil because this is right up under the gutter, and when it rains really hard, it pushes the soil down the bed because my yard is also on a slant, so it pushes it down the bed, and then we have erosion. Yes, I need to do some kind of mulching because that would help with the erosion for sure. Gonna definitely look into that. Wood chips would have been perfect. The other thing is this garden bed is over rocks. Like it had rocks in here. I was not going to remove the rocks, and so I think I put cardboard down and just threw the soil on top of it. Still does fine, but it's not the best it could be. There's my psyllium in here though. Very nice. That's always nice. I'm gonna go through this probably with the fork a little bit to break it up. This is a echinacea, so I'm just gonna leave that and let it die naturally. Echinacea is perennial, so it'll come back every year. This is also a perennial. I do not remember the name of it. It's someone sent it to me. A company sent it to me. So gonna leave this. Can't remember what this is. Actually, I take that back. This is also an echinacea. So nice. We'll definitely leave both of the echinaceas. And across the back is where we need more soil. This, as I understand it, is a canna lily. I thought it was very pretty. There's also a spider egg pouch in here, sack. So not gonna do anything with that either. This right here is a hollyhock. They are biennial, and so I'm gonna leave it because I think it was this one's first year. I'm gonna cut the top of it, but I'm not gonna pull it out. Okay, so finally, y'all, the flower bed is clear. Like I said, 2 echinaceas, the canna lily, gumfrina. Someone told me it is gumfrina. Gumfrina is left. This was, I think celosia. I'm leaving it just because it still looks like I mean, it's definitely diseased, but might be able to get something out of it before the frost comes. And then there's a sedum down here, which I'm also going to keep. And a little spider. Okay, so my neighbor was cutting the grass. I took a little break. I ran to Lowe's because I did decide that I am not going to do too much digging with the fork, but I am going to put some compost on the top of that soil, and then we're gonna plant these Snapdragons and move along. Got black cow. Know how some people feel about it. I've never had a problem with it, so I'm still gonna use it. And then I'm also gonna put a little bit of this garden tone in it. Says it's for herbs and vegetables, but I put it in my flower bed too, and it does just fine. So I can't find my fork, the one that's like an actual fork. So we're gonna use this. And basically, I'm gonna move the soil around a little bit on the top. Some of these running weeds, I'm gonna see if I can just kind of pick them to get the roots, but not gonna worry about that too much. I don't know if it's showing on the camera, but there's mycelium in here and I love it. And then we're gonna throw some of the fertilizer down. Just a generous portion. And we're going to scratch that in a little bit too. And then we're just going to put the black cow out here. And then we're going to plant. Break it up a little bit and then just kind of put it over where we already put the granulated fertilizer. All right, so now we have our Snapdragons. We are just going to start plopping them in here. I don't really measure how far apart I plant them, but I would say maybe 6 to 8 inches apart. That's what I would do. They don't look the best, but they don't look horrible either. So we're gonna put them in here so that they can start to flourish in an actual garden setting. So the roots aren't the best. They've been way too wet several times. So this is a perfect time to get them out here. And these are the bootstrap farmer trays. So you see how I'm just kind of poking them out from the bottom. Really, really enjoying these trays now. This soil does need to be watered, so we will do that too before we leave out of here today. Another neighbor is also cutting the grass now. But I couldn't really wait too much longer. I have a lot to get done. Now we're just gonna rinse and repeat. All right, so we have planted it out. I did decide to cut the echinacea down a little bit, but I did not get rid of it. Same thing with the calla lily, but I left the spider sack on it. But everything is planted out now. I need to find something to put here that's like a barrier, because these little rocks are here, or it's actually concrete from the walkway that I took out. They are here, but they are under the ground now. So I need to find something so that when the soil does start to wash down, it doesn't wash out. But I am so excited because y'all know the last few garden tours, this has looked a mess and it has been bothering me. So all of the Snapdragons are in. Like I said, I'm going to water before we go inside. But the flower bed now looks much neater. By the way, does anyone know what's going on here? What are the little white eggs or sacs beside the worm? I'm going to kill them all, but I just want to know if this is something that's beneficial that's going on and I should leave that one. I'm not really sure what's going on. So if you know, tell me in the comments. Y'all, I got busy working and completely forgot to turn the camera on. But guess what? That trellis is clean. And so what I did was just threw everything down here to cover this bed. I'm not planting in it for fall, so it can cover it during the cold seasons, and then it'll break down and go back into the bed. So organic matter. I did the same thing over here. Although there are wood chips down, I just threw the stuff from that trellis over there because I cleaned that too on this bed. And then the roselle and other things that came off of this trellis, I put on this side of the bed. So in the spring, what hasn't broken down, I put in the compost. But what has will go back into the soil. I did leave the blue butterfly flower up here just to see if I get any more. It's throwing out the seed pods, so I'll keep that and let those dry out, and then I'll have more blue butterfly seeds, because you cannot eat these, but you can use them for seed. Look at this. Look at this. Lord, y'all. The struggle is real. I think I'm about to try to tie up this grapevine. Oh, look. I need to pull this off too. Forgot all about this. This was the melons. I didn't even pay attention to it. This was the melons, so we need to get that off. And then I'm probably going to cut the trees, because that needs to happen too. I really want to pull this basil out, only because it doesn't look the neatest, but it is good for the pollinators that are still left. So I'm not going to pull that out. I'm going to let it stay. I have seen a few bees. Not nearly as many bees as I would see in the summer, but I have seen some bees, so I'm gonna leave it out there. By the way, we now have 2 praying mantis sacks. Hold on, let me show you, because I was looking while I was gonna figure out how I'm gonna tie this grapevine up a little more to the trellis, because I don't think I'm gonna try and trim it. I had a very good grape harvest last year without trimming it, but let me show you. We have 2 praying mantis sacks. Look at that. How freaking awesome, y'all. That's pretty cool. It looks disgusting, but it's gonna give us some beneficial insects next year, so definitely leaving it. I know someone said please don't destroy it. I was never gonna destroy it. I just wanted to know what it was. So now I know what a praying mantis sack looks like, and I know what the spider sacks look like. Very happy. All right, let's get these trees cut. I'm gonna give y'all a view of just how much better it's looking out here, and that's making me excited. Still haven't gotten the worms off of the plants, because that's probably gonna be the last thing I do. It's probably not the best idea, but I'm just telling the truth. So see, it's looking so much better out here to me now. Like, just looking so much better. Very proud. Oh, the other thing I did is the roselle. It got knocked over in Helene, so I tied it up because I do want to keep it like I told you. But I just tied the roselle up too, so it wasn't hanging everywhere. So I'm excited, y'all. Whew, I've been working my butt off though. I've been out here getting it done. We about to cut the trees down. Well, not down, but we're going to trim the trees so that next year they're not so big. If you're not new here, I want to keep the trees low. And right now, low is not a thing. Those apple trees are wild. So we're cutting them way, way down. If they die, I wouldn't be horribly upset about it. For one, because I would just get 2 more peach trees and put them back here, and then I would put the apple trees. I get new apple trees and I put them in the front, because like I said, I'm gonna do a orchard in my front yard. But the orchard looks better too. We got the wood chips in there too the other day, so the orchard is looking good. My fig looks amazing, just amazing. Cannot wait. And then this area needs to be chopped a bit too. Let's get on to chopping these trees. Okay, so the sun is coming out. This is gonna be the last thing I do for the morning, but we will come back this evening and start working. But I just want to show you really quick what I'm gonna do to the trees, because I am gonna finish the trees before I go in. Really quick, what I'm gonna do to the tree is, let me see if I can bring you closer. So for the apple tree, I'm gonna look for outward facing buds. Like this one faces outward, not into the middle of the tree. So I'm gonna cut right above this outward facing bud, and I'm going to cut on a slant so that that the water won't pool on the top and then maybe cause rot. So that's what I'm gonna look for. But you're about to see, I'm gonna cut this way down. There's also a branch down here, and I'm gonna cut that whole branch off and just leave 1 stalk for this apple tree. So we'll see how that goes. That grapevine is everywhere. That's what you're seeing me look at. Like, what is that? It's the grapevine. Need my saw for that one. So this is also a saw from Home and Garden Trends. I don't know if I ever told y'all about it, but it's a little handsaw, really easy to use. And there you have it. I have trimmed my apple tree down to one actual stem. Don't know that I've ever trimmed it that back that far, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, not a big deal to me because I feel like I would prefer to have the apple trees in the front anyway. They've never actually produced back here anyway. So for a peach tree, they like an open center. Like you can see this one has 2 branches and the center is open. And so I am gonna leave that way. I'm not taking any other branches off to make it 1 stem. I want it to be 2, but we're gonna cut that back a good deal too.